So hello everyone, welcome to my new video. So this video will be my first video about deck tech. So everybody right now is talking about Pauper, or we call it in German Pauper or Pauper. This format is pretty nice because I think it is low budget, and that is for younger players or young players and maybe children. It is more affordable to start to play with this format. I know the most of you are like me, enjoying it to play really strong expensive decks because there are so amazing cards in them and you can just smash your opponent. You have this feeling where you feel like the best Magic player in the whole world. But this format is also pretty dope. This deck I'm gonna present to you today, it is a blue-black control deck, and it is yeah, really simple to play, I would say, because the main thing is the main strategy to, yeah, you kind of mill yourself trying to get as many cards as possible from your library into your graveyard, and then play an amazing finisher I will show you. And with the spells, there are no enchantments, no artifacts in this deck. You just try to control with these spells your enemy, that he's not casting too much creatures or trying to deal damage with spells to you. So in this deck you're playing 25 casts, only 14 creatures, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, yeah, 21 lands. So the lands will be the last thing we're talking about, because I think the mana base is not that super exciting. So I think we will start with the most important thing, and the most important thing are the creatures. So the first creature you have in your deck is Augur of Bolas. What does it do? What does it? It does, when it enters the battlefield, look at the top 3 cards of your library. You may reveal an instant or sorcery card from among them and put it into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library. So with this card you can search for important instant sorcery cards you need for your plan to get as many cards as possible into your graveyard. It is also a nice, yeah, kind of a blocking creature. You can jump block with it. It's for 2 mana. It's a 1/3. That is pretty nice. You can play 4 of them. The next creature, and this is, yeah, it is a really nice creature. Muldrifter. It's 2/2. It is flying. When it comes into play, you can draw 2 cards. So for card drawing, this card is pretty essential. And you also have a flying creature. It's your only flying creature, and you can play it with evoke costs. If you play it with evoke costs, then it's sacrificed when it comes into play. Yeah. This is just nice. I mean, for that mana costs, with flying, with this feature, it is just really a solid creature. You play also 4 copies of them in your deck. Good. I think I will separate them so you can see better. The next thing is Dinrova Horror. This card, when the Masters 2017 came out, the people were asking themselves, okay, what should I do with this card? In Pauper it is pretty strong. It costs 6 mana, that is really expensive, but it's a nice 4/4 creature, and the trigger on it is also pretty nice. When Dinrova Horror enters the battlefield, return target permanent to its owner's hand, and then that player discards a card. That means if you already cleared the board of your enemy, there are no creatures on the board, or there's, in the best way, only 1 creature left, then it's awesome. You can just play this card, and he has no cards in hand, of course. So it is in the same time, it is a creature with good stats and also removal. This is awesome. If this card has, for example, Flash, oh my god. But you only play 2 copies of them in your decks. And now we're getting to the most important card in this deck. It's Gurmag Angler. This card is just an awesome finisher. If you already have a lot of cards in your graveyard, what you're trying to produce with the spells, you can pay the delve cost. That means you can play, for example, if you exile from your graveyard 6 cards, you can play this card for only 1 black mana. This is just insane. Of course, you need 4 pieces of that. This is just super essential. This card is just winning the whole game, believe me. If you have 1 copy or 2 copies of this thing on your board in the game, it is really hard for your opponent to turn this game around. So these are the 4 creatures you need for this deck. I think they are also in the sideboard, which we'll explain in the next step. There are no other creatures. You only need these 4 creatures. So, of course, finisher card you need to cycle through your mill through your deck or cycle through your deck. Also, it's flying and you can draw cards. And this one is kind of removal and also 4/4. Nice creature for base stats. Good. The next thing are the spells. And the spells are also really nice. So you have Opt. I think everybody knows them. I played the German copies from this oldest set. Some people said this is ugly. I don't think that it is ugly. You bastards. No, I really like it. I played two copies of it. Of course, you can Hellside 1 and then you draw a card. Just a nice thing to scry or cycle through your deck. Scry, sorry, not cycle. Then Preordain. A few people play 4 copies of this card in their deck. This card is a little bit expensive. I think it is up to 4 or 5 euros now, something like that. Yeah, it got no reprint in the newest edition. So I played 2 copies of it. It is Scry 2 and then draw a card. So this is also nice. Combine it with the other creature where you can draw cards. Just play this card before it. You can look at your cards and then you can say, I want that, I need that. So 2 copies of Preordain. Then, of course, this spell, this is just pretty nice if you play against a burn deck. Then you can just pay 1 blue mana. You can counter instant spell. I played 2 copies of that in the deck. I played 1 copy of Negate. There are so many different editions or sets where you can get this card from. I played 4 copies of Counterspell. This is also kind of strategy when you have the Negate and Negate is against every kind of spells like a sorcery or an instant spell, but also against artifacts. And yeah, a counter spell, you can just counter everything with it, because their only lands are no spells. Everything else is a spell, so you can counter it. So you have to play 4 copies of it. They're all German. This is from the 7th edition and the other one is from the 6th edition. I just like them in the white sleeves. They're looking cool. Good. The next thing is also important. Doomblade. Doomblade is an uncommon in Iconic Masters, but in the past it was just a common. So this card is it is just pretty, I think it is pretty unfair. Sorry. Oh my god. Sorry for the sneezing. Yeah, Doomblade, it is 1 colorless mana, 1 black mana. This card is just destroy target non-black creature. I think it is insane. It is too, I think it's too strong for this low mana cost. And I play it, of course, 3 copies of that in my deck. Because we want to destroy all the creatures before they can attack us. Then the next thing is Reef Soul. A lot of people are asking me, why are you playing this card? Because in Pauper, if your opponent has already his finishing creatures on the board, it is, yeah, super hard to get them away or kill them. You can do that with Doomblade, or you can counter them before they got on the board, or they got summoned. And Reef Soul is just also a pretty good card, I think, for this low mana cost, where you can destroy a target creature with power 3 or less. I played 2 copies of it. 1 foil. So, the next thing is, a lot of people asking me why I'm playing that. This card has definitely potential. It really helped me out a lot of times. It's Agony Warp. Target creature gets -3 and target creature gets -3 for 2 mana. This is just also a really nice removal. I play 3 copies of it. Okay, so the next card is in English it's called Probe, and it says its kicker costs 1 colorless, 1 black. You draw 3 cards, then discard 2 cards from your hand. If you paid the kicker costs, target player discards 2 cards from his or her hand too. So this is one of these cards I mentioned before for Gormak Angler. You just try to put as many cards as possible into your graveyard. You're already doing that by playing all these spells and removals and counter spells, and this is a card that just helps you too. I played 2 of these 2 copies of this card in your set. The next thing is Forbidden Alchemy. Look at the top 4 cards of your library, put 1 of them into your hand and the rest into your graveyard. Kind of the same thing as Pro. And you can flashback it. That is also pretty nice. Look at the top 4 cards in your library, put 1 of them into your hand, rest into your graveyard. Amazing combination with Gormak Angler. Playing 2 copies of it. And the last card is Recoil. Recoil, I played this card when this set came out. Invasion, I think it was Invasion, yeah. And it says when you're playing 3 mana, 1 colorless, 1 blue, 1 black, it's an instant, return target permanent to its owner's hand, and then that player discards a card from his or her hand. It is kind of the same card like we have with Dinrova Horror, but it's much more cheaper. So this is also, yeah, nice. It's nicer card. For example, if you swing in for attack, you can bring a permanent control back to his hand to open his defense, or you bring back a card to his hand. He has no handing card, so he has to discard it. It's a pretty dope, solid card. And the sideboard is also super exciting. I am playing 2 copies of Spell Pierce. You can probably change that to with Dispel. It's just helping you counter target non-creature spell unless in controller's plays 2. This is against a burn deck. It is pretty nice. You have this figure. It is also a really damn good card. You play 1 black mana, creature gets -2/-2. It is perfect against elves, for example, only for 1 black mana, 2 copies of it in a sideboard. The Diabolic Addict, I think I only play one copy of it, because this thing is also nice if the enemy has, for example, one creature on the board you're attacking, then of course he has to sacrifice it, but also if he has more creatures, you can bring him really easy into trouble if he has a lot of creatures when he wants to block or jump block. Yeah, Blue Elemental Blast is really important in Pauper. A lot of people are playing red spells. So this card is with 1 blue mana, counter target red spell or destroy target red permanent. 2 copies of it. Thought Score. This card, yes, it is just pretty nice to mill yourself or mill the opponent, and you can also draw a card. It is, I think it's a pretty damn good card. Playing that in my modern deck too. Nihil Spellbomb. Yeah, just a simple answer to it why I'm playing 2 copies of it. Cause yeah, if I'm playing, for example, against a zombie deck or anything where people like the same deck, I'm playing a blue-black control. With this card, you can clear the graveyard of the enemy, and it's really hard to get back into the game. If your whole graveyard is empty, you can't delve creatures, you can't play flashbacks with spells, so this card is also, it's a pretty solid good card. And yeah, for 3 copies of Duress. Duress is, yeah, target opponent reveals his or her hand. You choose a non-creature, non-land card from it. That player discards that card. Really solid. Is played in standard, modern, whatever. Just a good card. And the last card is Evincar's Justice. It is 2 colorless, 2 black mana, buyback free. Evincar's Justice deals 2 damage to each creature and each player. Board clearing, if you play against, for example, elves, against, don't know, zombies, this card is just good. Yeah, if you paid additional costs, you can put this card back into your hand instead of putting it into your graveyard. Yes. So this is the whole deck. The last thing is the mana base. I'm playing 2 Dimir Aqueducts. They come into game tapped. When they come into game, just return a land, and then you're producing with 1 tap, 1 blue, 1 black mana. There's 2 copies of it. I'm playing 4 copies of Dismal Backwater. Also comes into game game tapped. When it enters the game, the battlefield, you gain 1 life. This is just nice to earning back life. And I'm playing with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 copies of Swamps, and with I think 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 copies of Islands. So this deck is maybe not the easiest deck to start with, but it is really solid. I played with it on a tournament and I got the second place. And yeah, this deck is really strong. Just try it out, just play it, give me feedback in the comment section, tell me what do you think about this deck. Yeah, if you like my video, please like it, subscribe my channel. I hope I got the time in the next days to make more videos like these. Yeah, and please also tell me if you think I should change something. And yeah, have a nice day. Hope to see you guys soon again. Bye!